Alright, welcome. However this video finds you, I hope it finds you well. I'm about 14 hours into Assassin's Creed Shadows, and let's be clear, this is not a full review. This is just my first real impression after putting in some hours. And honestly, for me, it's been fun. I'm pretty immersive, pretty good experience in its own right. But after a while, I found myself drifting back to Monster Hunter Wilds, back to running hunts with my boy Timbo, fighting Arkvale and random monsters just because we could. And that's when I realized Monster Hunter Wilds isn't just my game of the year so far. It's the game that keeps pulling me back, even when I'm trying to focus on something else. Assassin's Creed Shadows, it's good, but in a different kind of way. One keeps me on my edge, making every moment feel dynamic and unpredictable. The other is an immersive, methodical experience that plays out like a historical drama where I can control the action. So to talk about it, like, why does Wilds keep me locked in, and why after about approximately 14 hours the Shadows feel engaging but not quite as gripping. So I need to say this up front. Shadows is a fun game to me so far. It's got the classic Ubisoft humbuggery open world feel, but you know, for an Assassin's Creed fan like myself, there's a lot to love here. Like, the world is really beautiful, the historical setting is rich, and the dual protagonist system, even though I'm early in it clearly gives you two distinct play styles to switch between as you choose. I love choices, and if you're into immersive historical action with a mix of combat and surprisingly good stealth in this game delivers so far. Feudal Japan looks incredible, from the bustling villages to quiet temples. Just walking through it, paying attention to the winds and some of the livestock in the farms, like, that was kind of cool in the beginning. You got Yasuke, clearly he's all about raw power, while Nawe is the classic sneaky assassin, and that's actually been really one of the great parts for me, because that really has taken me back to like older pre-Origins Assassin's Creed. You know, Origins was probably the last Assassin's Creed I really got through and really enjoyed all the way through. And I mean, the story so far, not the greatest, but it's pushing me through. It's something where I find myself still finding a reason to want to like it. The parkour is back with Nawe. The assassination setup, it's all here. The thing is, the game is immersive in a different way. It's not about fast-paced, unpredictable action. It's about losing yourself in a detailed world, planning your moves, and slowly uncovering the story. It's more of a slow burn experience compared, obviously, to a Monster Hunter Wilds, which is all about high intensity, moment to moment action. So yeah, while Wilds keeps me coming back for a sheer gameplay loop, Shadows keeps me engaged in a way that makes me want to live in its world in a way, even though there are some barriers there that are disappointing. That would be a critique so far. But it's not the same kind of hook, is what I'm saying. It's still worth experiences for me as an Assassin's Creed fan, but it's just different. Now in 2025, for me, Monster Hunter Wilds has been next level. Capcom took everything that makes this franchise great and cranked it up. It's not just an upgrade, it's an evolution. Monsters aren't just waiting for you, they have their own lives, they live in it. No two hunts are the same, designed that way supposedly, especially in co-op, where you can have a lot of fun. The mounts and movement upgrades change how you interact with the world. And you know, homies like Timbo and I fought Arkvale and some random monsters over and over again, and it never got old yet. So, you know, you don't log in for a bit, you lose time in the game, man. Like, that's the cool part about it. The biggest thing, Wilds feels like it's just pushing the genre forward. It's fresh, it's dynamic, and most importantly, it's fun. And that's why even when I tried to focus on Shadows, I kept coming back to Monster Hunter. And yet, despite how much fun Shadows can be, it had to release with more drama than an online beef. The DEI arguments, the historical accuracy crowd, the people who just needed to be mad about something. It could be exhausting. Like, here's the thing though. I've been an Assassin's Creed fan forever. I even supported that awful Fassbender movie, Magneto. You know, my sister got me an Assassin's Creed coat just because she knows I'm down for the series and it was a cool coat. So trust me, if something was actually really wrong with Shadows, like blatantly, I'd say it. but playing through it so far, the controversy was just overblown. Meanwhile, Monster Hunter Wilds is out here controversy free, relatively speaking, just dropping fire gameplay and letting the game speak for itself. And that's why the discourse around Shadows feels so unnecessary. It takes away from the actual conversation about whether the game itself is actually good. Now, while Wilds is still my top pick so far and Shadows is just fine, there's another game making waves in 2025 so far, Split Fiction. Like, I haven't played it yet, but numbers don't lie. 96 Metacritic score, that's an elite status. Steam reviews seem insane, over 98% positive ratings. Designed for true co-op, not just a multiplayer mode tacked on. This game was built for teamwork. Sitting on top of my list, and if it's anywhere near as good as people say, it could shake up my rankings for the year. But for now, Monster Hunter Wilds still holding down the crown. At the end of the day, I'm just glad we have options. Wilds is evolving the Monster Hunter formula. Shadows is giving AC fans more of what they love. And new games like Split Fiction is bringing something completely different to the table. But if we're talking impact, Wilds got it so far for me, no debate. And honestly, I just want to enjoy games without all the noise like a lot of people, but it is what it is in this environment. That's cool too. So with that, Wilds is keeping me locked in. Shadow has me immersed. I'm gonna try to finish that game or see how far I can get. And the new game Split Fiction, I might try that out. That's my next experiment, it looks like. We'll see. But what about y'all? Like, are you locked into Wild still? Anybody giving Shadows a chance or waiting on something else? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, at 1,000 subs, we're doing a giveaway, so stay tuned for the details on that. With that said, peace. Stay safe out here.